And good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. 49 as you're waking up today. Kind of chilly outside. The wind chill is at 45, I believe. Yeah, that was it. Last check we did on that. Chilly, and we will have gusty winds today up to about 20 miles an hour. So keep that in mind with what you're doing and what you got to do. No burning. It could get out of hand real quick, and we don't want that to happen to you there. How do you feel today? We hope good. Refreshed and ready for another one. Off to the races we are going. It is Thursday. Lots going on today. We'll be down later as the Meridian Fire Department will unveil a new truck. We'll go down to see all of that. Plus, we're going to tell you everything that's gone on overnight. Quite a few things that happened overnight. That's coming at 7 o'clock. We're going to give you the headlines that are shaping America this morning. There's a lot happening out there that you need to be aware of. Stay close. Don't go anywhere. Let's go get a good word. Let's go to Collinsville, the First Baptist Church.
The role that music plays in worship continues to grow in our churches. I've been going to church most all of my life, and some of the best memories of church have been about the music. It has certainly changed over the years as God has raised up songwriters and musicians who introduce us to all kinds of different music that help us worship God. It's not something we just do because we think it's a good idea, and it's of no accident. It's very biblical. Paul says in Ephesians 5:19, speak to one another in psalms, hymns, and spiritual songs. Sing and make music in your heart to the Lord. This verse speaks to the importance of singing in our worship and even communication with one another as believers. The early church would put the psalms to music and sing them. We have great songwriters that do that today. Hymns are songs that exalt God and bring our focus to the Lord Jesus. There's a renewed focus on hymn writing today. And spiritual songs are those songs that help us sing about the goodness and faithfulness of God and why He is worthy of our worship. They take our minds to thinking about the grace of God and the salvation that comes through Christ. We should celebrate the gift of music by singing and making music in our hearts to the Lord, and continue to make sure that music is a part of our worship. Change begins in you.
The Change Begins in You is brought to you in part by Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville, Patrick Allen Companies, Mitchell Tire and Wrecker in Collinsville, and Mowdy Cabinetry. Welcome back. I hope you got something good out of that. A good message is always what we need. As we look around America, I guess this is not meant to be a pun, but I guess it kind of goes together with the story that we're going to talk about. Being fed up with it. What about you can't afford it? As we start looking at fast food companies, their profits have dropped that last fourth quarter of last year. It's coming about, not near the growth they expected, and a lot are losing in sales. Why? Because it's a lot of folks that depend upon fast food that make about $45,000 a year. They run through a drive-through, they work a couple of jobs to hustle to get by. And now, with the way things have happened in the United States, you know where I'm going with this, to where if you make $20 an hour working at a hamburger place, well, the hamburgers go up. And it's doing that nationwide. There's even a place I saw out west where hamburger and something was $18 through a drive-through. Americans can't afford it. If you make $45,000 a year, try to pay your taxes, pay your rent, and then the cost of gas that went up, there's nothing left for a drive-through. You have to do away with things. And Americans have started turning to making sandwiches. They're going to have to do something to drop the prices. What the answer is, I don't know. But America can't handle it. Those were supposed to be fast food jobs for, well, high school students, not for careers, and it's turned into a mess of those who want to make as much at that as a skill job, and plumber, things of that nature. It doesn't work that way. You've got to be able to grab a fast sandwich at an affordable price. Two men say they've been robbed of over $30,000 by going to the same bar. Atlanta is where this happened. They're trying to say their credit cards were more or less kind of hacked there by some folks that work there that might have been very attractive. Explain that one. Bless their hearts. You know, they used to have those clubs that would change the name of it to where if someone else were to look at your bill, you wouldn't get into as much trouble. Scams happen all over. It doesn't just happen there. If you buy from reputable companies, if I said that correctly, I may have had a little slur in that, but buy from a company that's got a good name, where your credit card company can cut off something that is done wrong. Who is getting hurt as we move into a new world of this AI, artificial intelligence? And no, Al, I didn't say Al today. It's AI, artificial intelligence. Oh, we've all called Comcast before and reported an outage, and you've heard the chickens in the background, haven't you? Yes, you have. I have. And they don't deny that there's chickens in the background. I'm not making this up. But that seems to be one of the biggest industries that this is going to hurt, is those call centers. No, I'm not talking about the Medicare people that never give up, that keep on trying to sell you something that you don't need. It's those folks of the services that you do need. They've outsourced it to other countries. We all know that. You can't understand them, and you spend 10 to 15 minutes going, huh? What? Can I have someone who speaks English? We've been there. They say that industry is going to be the worst hurt by this as they all start going to this artificial intelligence, people who call your phones and, well, that you call to report outages and things. We'll see where this goes. Mostly women is the biggest concern on that. Anybody remember the Spinners, a group back in the 60s? The last surviving original member has passed away, R&B music. Henry Fambo was the last one. He has passed away at the age of 85. Condolences to his family, and I'm sure a lot of you remember the group. Good group there. This is not in the United States, before I say this, because, well, what happens across the pond could happen here, but I see Americans getting upset with this and maybe not taking it as we look at an airline. As we all know, on a small airplane, anybody ever flown a private plane? Before you get on, the pilot comes up with a piece of paper and he goes, what's your luggage weigh? And how much do you weigh? And so they can know how much fuel to put in the plane. Well, in an effort, an airline has started doing that in Great Britain. I don't think it would go over well in the U.S. You ask somebody here what their weight is, and, well, it's going to be WWE. They're attempting this again. This is across the pond. We'll watch it. If it becomes anything, gets closer to the U.S., we'll let you know. People get vicious over that weight thing. Boy, that's just something to think on there, this story, as we look at headlines this morning. What else do we have happening today? Let's go across here. Supreme Court will make the decision on this ultimately, and it is headed to them, and they want the answer, is what they're saying, by Super Tuesday. What are we talking about? Donald Trump. Is he eligible to run for president of the United States? They're pushing to have the Supreme Court vote on this. I didn't think it'd actually go that far about all that, but it's headed there. Special investigation is going into Biden's handling of those. You remember seeing the picture of his Corvette parked there and all those documents against the wall? It's launched an investigation. There's fear that he's mishandled paperwork. I'd go as far as to say there's other things. Every president is going to make mistakes. We all know that. I don't know what was in those boxes. We have no idea. We'll wait and see what we find out on that. This is Oklahoma is what we're looking at on here. I doubt this goes anywhere. I figure it will pause and be the end of it. But an Oklahoma senator, he's a rookie, is getting together to do a charge to where it would be possible murder for an abortion. Like I said, I don't expect that to go very far, but it is being proposed. We'll watch all this and let you know where it goes. What is the line in America? It keeps getting changed and changed and changed. We have we all know these camps to where you send the children that are unruly, where parents can't handle them. There's a certain word for it. It's kind of like boot camp, but it's a boot camp for kids that need a little help. A 12-year-old boy from New York has passed away at one. An investigation has been launched as to what happened. We don't know. We'll find out. Tonight, set it up. Pay attention. Tucker Carlson, 6 p.m. will air the interview with Putin. It's controversial. It's going to be carried on X and also on his network. So if you'd like to know what he said, do so. They're already talking about banning him and letting him fly to other countries. if they will go after a president, they will go after Tucker and make it hard. We all know that. You stir the wrong Wheaties, as they always say, it becomes a problem. We'll see what happens with this also. But Tucker Carlson, if you're interested, he says there's a lot that Putin has to say that, well, the media hadn't put out. We'll watch and report back tomorrow what we find out on all of this. Coming up tonight at 6 p.m. Hang close. We'll be right back. More information on the way. Is it time for a new couch? Visit Southern Accents Boutique in downtown Marion. Maybe it's a couch you're looking for, a couple of chairs, or maybe just a piece of furniture. A large selection of E. Newton has just arrived if you're looking for a bracelet. They come in all shapes and sizes. Or maybe it's just a happy you're looking for, like the Nest candles. A Kendra Scott necklace is on everybody's list this year. And if you need a little help picking out something for Valentine's Day, let the professionals help you at Southern Accents Boutique, downtown Marion on Dale Drive.
Fantasy Cottage Floral and Gifts is located in downtown Quitman, directly across the street from the post office. They are your one-stop shop for all your floral and gift-giving needs. Valentine's Day will be here before you know it. They have all of your goodies your sweetheart wants: roses, mixed flower arrangements, plants, balloon bouquets, candy packs, stuffed animals, and much more. They also have chocolate-covered strawberries and apples. Don't be in the doghouse this Valentine's Day. Order early. Give Fantasy Cottage Floral and Gifts a call or visit them online at fantasycottage.org.
And welcome back, your friend Scotty Ray, as we head toward the top of the hour here on this Thursday. Can y'all believe that? February the 8th. Oh, the month is flying by. Let's get into your forecast.
Your forecast is brought to you by EMEPA, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
Those record highs and record lows, it was 1954. We had a hot day, 84 degrees. Now, yesterday also, it was cold back in 1895, yet it was again today a record setter for that date, 6 degrees. And no, you don't remember that. None of us were around for that one. As we look to today, 67, 68 is what we're looking for that high. As we go northward, cooler near Columbus Air Force Base and warmer down that Mississippi River, anywhere from 67 to 68. Down around Laurel, Hattiesburg, we'll hit 68, 69 as well. Almost a carbon copy into the edge of Alabama, 66 to Demopolis. Birmingham, a little bit cooler as you get closer to that Tennessee line, 61 there in Gadsden as well. Now, our outlook, as you'll see here, a little bit cooler. I didn't say anything about it being like 30 in the day, did I? No. But it is a little bit cooler than it was, mainly in the nighttime hours. Let's look at this 7-day extended forecast is what we've got. Yeah, today 69, 73 tomorrow, 72 on Saturday. Now, the rain will move in after lunchtime on Saturday afternoon. 60% chance and increasing to a 90% chance of rain overnight. Moving into Sunday with an 80% chance and still have a 40% chance there on Monday. But look at that, 58, 60, that's not really cold. We got some nighttime lows that are hovering right at the freezing degree mark, but, well, during the day we're okay through the next Wednesday. As we look all the way through February 22nd, nothing shocking. We've got highs in the mid-50s for the most part, or low 60s. But nothing too cool. We've got night times in the 30s. Nothing earth-shattering. We'll watch the weather and let you know should any of that change. Rain chances move in there again, pretty heavy around the 17th for a couple of days there. As we look to our fishing, let's find out what's going to be happening with fishing. I know we got some fishers out there. Your major time today is right before lunch, 11 o'clock. Chet tells you to be out on the lake. Hit it there till about 1 o'clock. Now, it's going to be a wind. 20-mile-an-hour gusts today, should be sustained winds 5 to 10, but gusting to 20. And as I mentioned earlier there, after fishing, don't go back and burn any boxes. It will get away from you. One of those days it only takes a whoof, and across the pasture it will go. So be careful with all of that being said. That we got a lot coming up this morning, as we'll find out who and what. We did have a shooting in Meridian yesterday. We've had a car stolen and arson overnight. Oh, yeah. The big A word. All of that is coming up beginning at 7 o'clock this morning with Scotty Ray and Odie. Won't you join us? We look forward to having you a part of the show as we'll get everything underway. We'll see you soon.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners.